remember when we moved to Australia and both the kids felt maths was so daunting and so frustrating.
Absolutely, especially the younger one. The elder one had done and courses similar to what we teach in India and had a good foundation. But Abhi was struggling, right?
Absolutely. And then we thought that why not venture into something where we can help other kids as well. Like what we saw Ananya thriving, in fact, because of what she's learned back home in India, and she did Abacus and Vedic maths there. And we could see such beautiful differences in her concentration, focus, and the way she started taking up the challenges.
Enjoying mathematics. In fact, I remember one of her teachers initially, while she was struggling, was very critical of her performance in school. However, once she did some of the courses that we will talk about, the teacher said she's primed for being an engineer, which was a transformation of sorts, right?
Yeah. And then when I thought that let me come out of my corporate career and start something of my own, and owing to passion with working with kids, I think that was the best idea what came up. And we thought, why don't we just combine the passion and combine the ancient techniques of Abacus and Vedic maths and the modern tools and give it to our Australian children, and it would be so much of benefit for them, and especially at this time when we have seen that Australia is facing the challenge of STEM is declining as compared to global standards. I don't feel bad about it.
Absolutely, and don't forget the timing of what you're doing is so critical, is because with my background in technology for over 20 years, the way, the rapidness at the pace at which things are changing, it is imperative for us to prepare our kids for the next generation of technology, which is upon us right now. We're talking about artificial intelligence, data sciences, machine learning, and so many emerging technologies which will change the way a workforce will deliver outcomes in the future. And I think technology is the basis for a lot of work that we are doing with Genius as well.
Yes, absolutely. And this is how Genius was born. And because of this technology, we have come up with online learning portal, which is a beautiful platform what we provide to kids, where they can learn and they can do practice of their Abacus skills anytime and anywhere. You remember when we were making this and when we were writing the books, we were making the questions for each levels.
Even the tool, remember the tool?
Yes.
How you created a colorful beads for Abacus that now the kids use for place value and understanding the concepts of place value.
In fact, the other day a teacher commented that Abacus kids have such a strong concept of place values, and this is just because of those color beads, and they are absolutely clear about it.
Absolutely.
And then when we thought about small batch sizes, so that's again a USP of Genius. We have small batch sizes. We have wonderful teacher to student ratio, which makes them give personalized attention to each and every child.
And the strategies that you develop per child, individualized strategies for each child in the self-paced program is I think the success of what our students and our teachers and our parents tell us is the proof is in the pudding, isn't it? This is all fantastic, but I'm sure there are other providers for the similar kind of services. If I were a parent, why should I be coming to Genius?
Extremely good question. So our USP, as I always tell the other parents as well, is carefully designed classes where we make sure that every child is given individual strategies to get through this program. So how this is possible? Because we have a wonderful student to teacher ratio. We have small batch sizes with 2, sometimes 3 educators in each class, and everyone is basically just concerned about that the child is learning something or not, and at the same time the child is growing and getting more confident with numbers, and the vibe of the class has to be fun.
Which is, remember,
no pressure at all, because that is very, very important, because I feel if stress is associated with studies, there the downfall.
Which was the case with a lot of even adults I know that had a stress of maths as a subject. I think what you do is you take the stress away, makes math fun for students, which is fantastic.
One more thing what we do differently from our competitors is that we give them unlimited, no questions asked, make-up lessons. If you miss a lesson, you message me, you call us, and then you just come in any of our locations and take the lessons, because our basic idea behind doing this is that consistency should be followed and maintained, because for a child missing out few classes because of XYZ reasons, we all are living a life, we have functions to attend, child can fall sick, but they should be given a chance to come back and do the lesson so that the consistency is maintained.
Absolutely. What I wanted to add was, and probably something very important now, while structured classroom education is critical for kids of all ages, in fact, and that's what happens in school, what we provide at Genius, additional, which adds tremendous value to the confidence levels of our students, is the ability to stand in front of large crowds and take part in competitions and present themselves, not just their skills within the classroom or solving question papers and getting good marks in mathematics, but more so building a personality, building their speaking skills in front of large audience and so on. And you enable that throughout the year.
Absolutely, and we partner with so many organizations where we take our students and they perform in front of 200, 300 people. And when they perform these mental calculations and then they get that wow factor out of it, it builds their confidence and love for maths so much. And in fact, if you remember when we started this competition, that was a main goal, because a lot of students, they come back and say that we are so stressed out of NAPLAN because they were not exposed to any kind of examinations or any kind of tests on such a big level. So now in our competition, when those hundreds of kids sit under one roof and then they give exams, and when they get those medals and trophies, acknowledging their effort more than you are being first or second or third, but
Absolutely.
Every child gets that acknowledgement of putting that effort in that test. I think that's the crux of it.
Absolutely. No, completely agree with that.
So now with this growth and success of our classes, with hundreds of students proving that these techniques are so beneficial, with their parents so happy with what their kids are doing, we have now started expanding. And now I am so grateful to say that we are on more than 20 different locations. And if you feel that your child needs help in maths, is struggling with maths, or already love the numbers but want to go beyond, then please connect with us.
And don't forget, Smita, we are also expanding in a new way, in a different way. We believe we have created this Genius Education through a shared vision, a partnership. We are also now looking for partners who share the same vision with us and who are happy to come on board to work with us and expand the reach of Genius far and beyond what we can cater locally. We are starting our franchising business. In fact, we already have 7 new locations, franchisees. We provide extremely affordable franchise, so you can get started at a very affordable rate. The return of investment is fantastic. You'll be profitable in months, not years. And the fact that you will get superb support directly from the founders. If you think you are interested, if you think you have the passion to work with kids and make their lives better, get in touch with us.